Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about the GitHub repo and actually the code that is in the channel already. And I actually made real major updates to some of the codes, so that's why I wanted to create this video in order to uh, stay you up to date with the code. And before we get started, let me just say you that contributions are much appreciated. So I created this GitHub repo to be a source, a free source code for custom actions, custom functions, and custom widgets. So if you want to contribute to this GitHub repo, feel free to do it. And thank you very much for Cho Ho Song, who already contributed and created a custom function, which is a dial function. So this is the one he created it. And yeah, feel free if you have custom functions, just make a pull request and update this GitHub repo. And today we're going to talk about three videos that the code as is actually updated. So there are actually four videos that the code of is updated of those videos, and the one those are batch insert documents, batch update, and insert documents or insert documents, easy sync your CSV or JSON files with Firebase using FlutterFlow, and optimize your Firebase database using uh, FlutterFlow insert or update document. So I actually put a pinned post. So the first post is the pinned post uh, to the code, and if you click on the code, you actually see the code. And the code is actually, I put the old code on the top and the new code on the bottom, like this. And so what is the difference? The difference between the old code and the new code is that it is actually just better, and it's only copy and you need to only copy and paste the code. So previously you have to write the right method, and in my case, because I'm using orders collection, I have to write create orders record data. But right now you don't need to do this, and also you need to write all the fields. Actually, I removed that as well, and right now you need to write the names of the fields and then the value. So in my case here, I have three fields, which are field 1, field name 1, field name 2, and field name 3. And then here I have field value 1, field value 2, and field value 3. So let me show you what that means in actual code. I only have 4 minutes here. I hope there are enough to show you that everything is working after the changes. But let me go you through the code. So like I said previously, you had to write this and also the fields, the name of the fields in the code, but right now you only need to copy and paste the code. So you only need to copy and paste the code like this. So let me show you what that means in the bunch insert bunch insert docs. So this is the same code, bunch insert docs. Just copy and paste the whole code. You can copy and paste it like this or like this. It doesn't really matter. Those are only comments. And I would appreciate it actually if you copy the whole thing, so you know that this code is coming from this GitHub repo. And then this is the code that you will get. When you save the code, the arguments will be generated automatically. So you get the field name 1, field name 2, field name 3, and field value 1, field value 2, and field value 3. So in that case, bunch insert docs. So if I go over here and if I go to batch, it's not bunch, it's batch, of course. So if I go over here to batch, this is a batch delete and this is the batch insert. And if I go over here, open the custom action, this is how you have to populate the custom action right now. So you have to write the field name, which in my case is name. So let me show you my orders collection. So this is my orders collection. I have the name of the order ID, and the date. And if I go over here, I have the name. So the first one is the name, the second one is the date, and the third one is the order ID. So keep in mind, of course, that the order matters. So if the first name is the first field, it's name, you put name over here, and of course the field value should be name as well. So you should put names. And here I'm putting names. This one it's the dates, and the third one is the order's ID, which in this case I'm just putting random names. But probably it would be even better if I can put random numbers. But I only have names and images, fortunately. And here you can put the collection name. So this is how you do it with a bunch insert or update. And let me show you with the CSV file, because there is actually change over there. What's going on? Why I can't write over here? Maybe because I click OK, so CSV file. Yeah, so this is insert to CSV file, and let me show you. This is actually very similar. We have the divider, which is the same, and then we have, sorry about those notifications. So we have the divider, and then we have the notification name. And then we have here, we have the field name 1, field name 2, field name 3, field name 4, and field name 5. So those are the fields, and if I go to users data, you can actually see the field's name. So it's identifier, my boo, my date, my ref, and user name. So here I actually updated this code in order to receive number, boolean, timestamp, reference to a document, and a string. So I also updated this code. I also updated this easily insert CSV files. So just to know that you can now update it. You can now insert documents of all those types. So if I go to this code over here, this is now possible, as I said, to insert Boolean, dates, time, and document reference. So make sure that you have this document reference. And in my case over here, I have actually the bool are written with the capital letters, true and false, all capitals. So if it's true, all capital, then it will be true. And if it's not, it will be false. So, and this is actually the, if you go to resources, and now I put all the files that I use that are outside of Dart files that are like resources. So in my case, I have the CSV file, which I'm using to insert, which you can download from the GitHub again. And here we have the username as an integer. We have the identifier, which is sorry, this is a string. The username is a string. The identifier is an integer. My boo is actually the boolean. You can see we have false and true. And we have my date time, which is a date time, which will be converted to date time and inserted in Firebase. And we have my reference. And here I'm using the same reference, but of course, you can use any reference that you want as long as you have this reference in your Firebase. How to get the reference? It's very easy. If you want a reference for users, so let's say that I want a reference for this user, this is the actual reference, and it's actually a string of reference, but you should have this in your file already. And this is the JSON file that you can use in order to do exactly the same thing. And as I said, you can download those files, try it for yourself, and see that everything is working. So this is now finished. So while the test mode is loading, let me just show you the updated codes. So you can see it from the date that they're updated, but you can also, if they're updated after this video, probably there will be. The codes that have been updated is batch insert docs, batch insert or update docs, import CSV JSON, uh, insert or update doc using filter, and insert or update doc. So uh, so yeah, if I go to batch insert, for example, this is the old code, which is actually you have to mess with the code, you have to change this, you have to change the fields. But right now, the only thing that you need to change is the number of fields that you want to update. So if you want to update 4 fields, for example, you have to write field name 4, and this always should be a string. Make sure that this is always a string. And then here, if it is integer, just write list of ints. If it's a string, list of strings. If it's a datetime, list of datetimes, and so on and so forth. And here, just add a new value. So for example, field name 4 and field value 4 and I at the end. So we could just take the value of the list. So for example, item from 0, the position 0, the position 1, the position 2, and so forth, and so on. And then this should be much better than before, as I said, because you don't need to actually mess with the code. As I said, the only thing that you will need to mess is with how many fields you want to update or insert. And to show you that this is actually working, I want to show you in the test mode, and we have to wait to actually load. And the road mode is now ready, and to show you that everything is working, let me just try and put those side by side. Let me see if that will work. Okay, it should work. And we have the batch. So let's begin with the batch. Those are the 2 videos, as I said, batch insert and batch update. So if I click batch, we have the batch delete. So if I click batch delete, I think the one that I was using is orders. So if I click delete, I should delete all the orders. You can see it over here. And then if I click batch insert, the orders I should insert 3 orders automatically. So if I click that, you can just see 3 orders were inserted. Sorry, not updated, but inserted. And then if I click single update or insert, the order that I will update is this one. If we don't have this order, I will insert it, but if we have it, I will update it. So if I click this over here, you can see that just I successfully updated this order. And then we have single update or insert, and this will actually insert a new order because I don't have the reference to the order that I will want to insert. So if I click over here, a new order will be inserted. If I click again, a new order will be inserted again. And the last thing that I can show you is that if I click batch update or insert, I will actually update all the first 3 orders that I inserted. So if I click over here, you can see all the 3 orders are actually updated. If I click over here, on the second document and click update, you can see that this is successfully updated. And then I can show you uh, the one that says import CSV or JSON. So this is the data that I'm going to import inside this collection, sorry. And if I click delete, I will delete everything in this collection. And if I click import, the one that I want to import is the import CSV file. And you can see that everything is imported successfully. As I said, the file, if you want to get the same file and the same data, you can just have to go to the GitHub repo and then go to resources, and this is the actual CSV file that I just imported. So if I click over here, you can see that this is for example, this is this document, and you can see that this is the identifier, this is true, and you can see it over here, it is actually true. This is the date, which should work as well. This is the reference in my case, it's a user reference to the document of for users collection, and then the last one is the actual string, which is the first one. And if I click the second document should be this one over here, so you can see it. It is indeed this one. And then this is working successfully. And if I go back, the only thing that left is to try the doc update or insert with a filter. And I think this was also in orders, I'm not sure, but I think it was in order. So my order, submit, and it will actually update this order over here. And I'm searching for, I think I'm searching for order with 33, the ID of 33. So if I click update, it will update, and I can say that my order was updated. And if I click submit, the name and the date will be updated as well. So let me click that, and indeed you can see that this is updated. And because my test will expire, I want to update. So basically that's it. I hope, as I said, in the future I made this change because it should be much easier in order for you guys to just copy and paste the code and just use it, and or at least change as few things as possible. So this is my idea. Try to write a code so you guys change as few things as possible and don't mess with the custom code so much. Because at the end of the day, FlutterFlow, it's no code, so that's the whole idea. So if you actually like this video, you can actually join the live session. So every Wednesday I'm doing a live session, and you can join actually the live session, and we can talk about what are your problems or your questions or whatever you want to say about FlutterFlow. So this next Wednesday, actually, I have an announcement that uh, someone from the FlutterFlow team will join me, and I hope this will be the case. And we'll talk about FlutterFlow. So I really hope that you join the live session this Wednesday. So if you have any questions for the FlutterFlow team, I will try to ask all the questions that you have. But if you have, join the live stream and ask in the chat. Also, if you can implement the code here, or you have any problems implementing some package or anything like that, or you need the mentoring for FlutterFlow, feel free. I have mentoring hours, and those are paid. And just to let you know that this is an option that you can use. So thank you very much. Have a great day. Goodbye.